Welcome all, it is Andrew from ITB here. The Apple Watch Series 3 has finally been released, and while the big flagship feature may be cellular, that is not the only thing on the upgrade list. The Series 3 comes in two different variants, a cellular version and a non-cellular version that still comes with GPS. They are pretty much identical, except for the cellular version has that LTE connectivity. So let's go ahead, open it up and see what is all new in the Apple Watch Series 3. Starting off with the digital crown. While functionally it got no changes, it does have a bright red designator on the side. Only the newest Apple Watches have these red marks on the digital crown, so you can tell which is a cellular version versus a non-cellular version. And again, cellular, that's pretty much the main flagship feature here. It allows you to do a lot of different things. It works with many US carriers, including Sprint, Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. Once connected, you no longer need your Apple Watch to access data for things like phone calls, maps, doing your runs, and it even uses the same phone number as your actual iPhone, so no need to do anything fancy. Apple Music is also getting a huge update that is perfect for Apple Watch Series 3. You'll now be able to stream all of the 40 million Apple Music songs directly from your Apple Watch using that cellular connection. Currently, you're kind of relegated to pulling through random stuff, anything that you synced over your watch. It's just not a really great experience. The new version with Apple Music is going to be absolutely amazing, and it'll be coming hopefully later this year. Siri Responsiveness has been significantly improved over in the past. I pretty much gave up on using Siri on my Apple Watch because it just never seemed to function. It was too slow to get anything done. Now it is responsive as my iPhone. Literally anything I ask it, it is right quick to get me an answer, whether it's turning on lights, setting a timer, or really anything. I tested Siri with a whole wide variety of things, whether getting me information on a band, setting timers, starting alarms, what's the weather like today, and you can see that's in real time. It's literally lightning fast in getting those responses back to you, which makes actual Siri very, very useful, and it's even better over cellular. Now you don't need your iPhone right next to you to get access to Siri. She can go ahead and do all this stuff all by herself without needing your phone at all, just using a cellular connection. But not only that, Siri can also now talk.
What time is it when an elephant sits on your Apple Watch? Time to get a new Apple Watch.
That's right, you don't now have to just read. Siri works a lot better and a lot more eyes-free, like when you're driving. Now we have Find My Friends. This is just another small detail that Apple really thought through in their development of the newest Apple Watch. Find My Friends allows your friends to see where you are and you where they are. Of course, it can be completely controlled, turned on and off, temporary or not. But what's great is it'll actually automatically switch to your watch. You can see in the settings it says your iPhone or any cellular Apple Watch. Anytime it loses connection with your phone, your location just jumps to your watch instead. We also have a Barometric Altimeter, which technically was present on the last one, but not really functional. That'll do great things like help you figure out how high you've gone when you're on a run or on a bike ride. So anytime you're out there, it'll not only track your distance, but any inclines that you've gone through as well. If you're not really a runner or a biker or any athlete outside, it's probably not going to make a huge difference, but it's definitely something that's new. I always get excited for whatever the latest watch face that Apple puts out. Unfortunately, developers can still not create their own, which means we're left with only the ones that Apple produces and includes in watchOS. Well, the watchOS Series 3 has its own exclusive watch face known as the Explorer watch face. You can control the amount of tick marks around the edges. You can control the color of the actual dial, but of course you only have three colors: red, red and white, or white on white. And then there are three complications that you can customize, one on the bottom that's large and two small ones in the top left-hand corners. If you have the cellular version, you can see there where there'll be 4 dots representing your signal strength there in the center of the dial. Really, really handy to see that information right up front. They call the Explorer watch face because with that cellular connectivity, you don't need your phone with you to go out and explore. If you haven't seen, watchOS 4 also brings several new watch faces like the new Smart Siri one to check out as well. The Apple Watch Series 3 includes Apple's latest S3 processor, which is just what their fancy processors that they include in the Apple Watch. But this year it seems extremely fast, faster than it's ever been before. The responsiveness on the watch is insane, whether it's for actually accessing Siri, jumping between watch faces, or using a more graphics intensive app like Maps. It overall just flies. But that's not the only new chip, because we also have the new W2 chip. There is no specific wireless chip included in the last one, at least from Apple's designs. So now we have the W2, which is a successor of the W1, which was actually included in the AirPods. It allows them to have that great connectivity and connecting over Bluetooth Class 1 audio. Probably not going to see a lot of features from it, but overall it'll help on battery life. Storage has been improved if you pick up one of the cellular ones. If you go for the GPS only, you're stuck at the same storage as in the past. But if you pick up a cellular option, the default base option now is 16 gigs. So you can see here, I've used 3 gigs, I've got 10 left, plus whatever was used on the OS and everything else at storage. So a lot more storage available on the cellular version. There's also support for AirPower, which is Apple's upcoming charging mat. It'll charge your phone, your Apple Watch, and even the AirPods using their Qi charging case that'll be sold separately later this year. Funny enough, some people have found that the new Apple Watch, the Series 3, will actually work on some charging mats. Not all, and it's officially not supported really at all, but if placed in the right way, it'll actually work on a few different charging mats. That kind of shows that support is coming for the AirPower and maybe more in the future. The stainless model of the Apple Watch, which still comes in that space gray as well as silver, only is available now in cellular. So if you wanted the GPS only model, unfortunately, you're kind of left with just the aluminum options down at the bottom. Nothing wrong with them, but if you do love that space gray color like I do, you're gonna have to pick up the cellular version. There are also new bundles that come with the newest sports loop. Apple often includes new bands with their newest Apple Watches, because if people are upgrading, they probably already have a sports band, so they don't really want to buy another sports band with their Apple Watch. So by upgrading or including new bands every year with some of the bundles, it gives people a chance to try a new band and not just replacing something that they already have. The Sports Loop bundles are the same price as the Apple Watch sports band models, so no real change in price, but you do get this really cool new band. If you want to learn more about this band though, which we highly recommend, definitely check out our full video and see what it is all about. Then we have the ceramic models. So the space gray and the silver are for the stainless. You have a few different color options for the aluminum, but for those high-end people who want the really nicest of the nice, there's the ceramic models of the Apple Watch, which now comes in a really cool looking dark gray color along with that stark white option. And lastly, we have Bluetooth 4.2. This over doubles the amount of data that can be transferred and increases speed significantly. So while we're really not going to see anything particularly nice here, Bluetooth 5.0 is even included on the new Apple TV and the new iPhone. There is a nice little upgrade for this, and it even was upgraded on the Series 1 watch as well to Bluetooth 4.2 from Bluetooth 4.0. From the outside, it looked like the Apple Watch didn't really gain more than a new red digital crown and cellular connectivity. But in fact, it has a whole lot more than that. It is faster than ever. Siri can finally talk, making her actually, in my opinion, a lot more useful than she was in the past. You'll be able to access the entire library of Apple Music. You have new storage that'll actually allow you to store more things on your Apple Watch. Overall, the Apple Watch Series 3 flies compared to the two previous predecessors. Not to mention all the crazy features that we saw with watchOS 4.0, which brought a ton of new features, including some of my favorite new watch faces like Toy Story and the Siri one. So be sure to check out everything new in watchOS 4. You can find a link for it at the end of this video, as well as just on our channel. Feel free to throw up your thoughts on the Apple Watch Series 3 below in the comments. Click on that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. Till next time, it is Andrew for ITB.